Malawi's President Bingu Mutharika was recently elected African Union chairman, taking over from Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi. I sat down with Malawi's ambassador to the United States, Hawa Ndilowe, and asked her what kind of leadership Mr. Mutharika will provide for the AU.
He's very focused, and he believes in focused development that are linked to results. So he has a vision which he's sharing with other leaders. And the vision, first and foremost, is to make sure that Africa is self-sufficient in food production.
What is it in Malawi that the president has done that you think can give him that advantage to deliver that kind of a message to the rest of the African continent?
Our country, and particularly the president, has the advantage because he has walked the talk. The president set a goal of making sure that Malawi becomes self-sufficient in producing food. And within a period of about 2 years, plans were set to make sure that at the end of the day, Malawi should be able to produce sufficient food for itself. And I'm happy to indicate that for the past 3 years, Malawi has been able to produce food for its people, but also to build in mechanisms to make sure that this can be sustained in terms of storage facilities, but at the same time, also in terms of increasing irrigation, where we are aware of some of the effects of climate change, the issues of drought.
Madam Ambassador, we know that your president, in fact, succeeded to a large extent by displaying some degree of stubbornness, especially when it came to dealing with international institutions like the World Bank, the IMF. At some point, in fact, he refused to abide by some of the conditionalities. Do you think this kind of leadership might help African leaders to forge ahead by standing by certain things they believe are good for the development of the continent, even when outsiders think they're not?
I think it's very, very important for African leadership to know and understand what they want and what is it that will make a difference in the development of their countries. And apparently, even amongst the development partners now, the issue of locally driven plans is something that is being appreciated. So at the end of the day, when enough homework has been done to establish what should be done to make sure that the continent develops, it's important that we should be able to just fight and defend it and make sure that our partners go along with us. And that's exactly what our president did.
Many times when outsiders look at, for instance, a person who becomes the chairman of the African Union, although it's just for 1 year, they start to analyze how he's performing in his own country, especially in the area of democracy and the growth of the political structures and institutions in the country. Is Malawi one of those countries that can be put to scrutiny and come out shining?
We are democratic, but we also believe in good governance, and then we are accountable. And when we look at even the issue of fiscal discipline, is something that as a country, we have really practiced a lot of discipline and looking at the issue of establishing a stable macroeconomic environment. We are proud that we've had free and fair, peaceful elections 3 times, and the last general elections were so peaceful, so beautiful. We think we've done something good that we can share with others.
Well, that's Malawi's ambassador to the United States, Hawa Ndilowe.